Good evening. I'm Norah O'Donnell, and thank you for joining us. We want to begin with major news at America's premier law enforcement agency that has far-reaching implications for U.S. national security. FBI Director Christopher Wray told his staff today that he's stepping down in January at the end of Joe Biden's presidency. The head of the Federal Bureau of Investigation is a profoundly important job. The director oversees 38,000 employees that Wray says take 50 violent criminals off the streets every day. He highlighted the Bureau's success in seizing enough fentanyl in 2 years that could kill 270 million people and thwarting attacks in major American cities. Donald Trump hired Wray in 2017, but now the president-elect complains that Wray, quote, invaded his home in the search that turned up those classified documents. And the man set to replace Wray is one of Trump's most fiercely loyal associates, Kash Patel. CBS's Ed O'Keefe leads us off tonight with more on what this means for the future of the FBI.
FBI directors are supposed to serve 10-year terms, overlapping presidencies to avoid politics. But Chris Wray will now be leaving about 2 years early. President-elect Trump's attacks on him and the Bureau taking their toll, something Wray alluded to this afternoon.
My goal is to keep the focus on our mission, on the indispensable work each of you is doing every single day. And in my view, this is the best way to avoid dragging the Bureau deeper into the fray.
Trump nominated Wray in 2017 after he fired the former director, James Comey. At the time, he praised Wray's credentials.
I think I've done a great service to the country by choosing him.
But Trump soured on him after several FBI-led investigations into his ties to Russia, the attempts to overturn the 2020 elections, and the 2022 raid of his Florida home amid the classified documents probe.
He invaded Mar-a-Lago. I'm very unhappy with the things he's done. You know, I have a lot of respect for the FBI, but the FBI's respect has gone way down.
Wray's fate was sealed earlier this month when Trump announced plans to nominate Kash Patel, a loyal surrogate who's openly called for mass firings and the reorganization of the FBI.
I'd shut down the FBI Hoover building on day one.
Today, Patel met with Republican senators who've mostly expressed support for him, despite having little direct experience to run the nation's lead law enforcement agency.
We look forward to a very smooth transition at the FBI, and I'll be ready to go on day one.
Democrats, unable to do much in a soon-to-be Republican-controlled Washington, cried foul.
Director Wray's resignation is the result of raw political pressure that ought to be an anathema to all of us on both sides of the aisle.
CBS News has learned that Wray wrestled with his decision to step down, but opted to go now because he's concerned if he stays, attacks on him could drag the FBI into another political fight it doesn't need.